Okay, so you're planning a Disneyland trip. It's super exciting, right? But let's be honest, finding the right place to stay can be a total headache. So today, we're going to take a really close look at the Wyndham WorldMark in Anaheim and see if it's the right choice for you and your family.
And hey, welcome to our Disneyland Hotel Diary series. This is where we do all the tough research so you don't have to. We dig into the good, the bad, and, well, everything in between, all to help you find that perfect home base for your big vacation.
So here's the big promise of the WorldMark, a condo, not just a room. We're talking a full kitchen, your own washer and dryer, and even a balcony where you can watch the fireworks. All of this just a stone's throw from the parks. It sounds absolutely perfect, doesn't it? But is it actually too good to be true? Let's find out.
First up, let's talk about one of this hotel's biggest strengths, its location. I mean, when you're doing a Disney trip, where you stay can seriously make or break the entire experience. And the location here is, well, it's pretty fantastic. You're less than 2 miles from Disneyland's main gate, and you can literally walk right across the street to the Toy Story parking lot and just hop on their free shuttle. It's so easy. Plus, you're right next to the Anaheim GardenWalk, so you've got places like the Cheesecake Factory and Bubba Pump right there for dinner. For convenience, the location is a massive win.
All right, now for the part that gets everybody really excited about this hotel, the rooms. Because these are not your standard hotel rooms, not by a long shot. These are full-on condo-style suites. And this is where the value really kicks in. You get a full kitchen, which is a total game changer for saving money on food. You get an in-unit washer and dryer, which means you can pack so much lighter. There are separate living and dining areas, so you're not all tripping over each other. And they have everything from one-bedrooms all the way up to these giant 4-bedroom penthouses. And yeah, if you get the right room, you get that incredible view of the Disneyland fireworks. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out this review from Oscar F. He says, "We absolutely loved our stay here. The room was very nice and clean. We had an amazing view, perfect to watch the fireworks at night." I mean, that's it, right? That is the dream scenario that draws so many people to this hotel.
And hey, speaking of good stuff, if you are finding this review helpful, it would be amazing if you could just take a quick second to subscribe and hit that like button. It makes a huge difference and lets us keep making these for you. So thank you. Okay, deep breath. We've talked about the amazing rooms and the killer location, but this is where our story takes a really sharp turn. It's time to talk about the good, the bad, and the truly ugly side of staying at the WorldMark Anaheim. Now, to be fair, the property itself has some genuinely nice amenities. There's a great rooftop sundeck with a couple of hot tubs, there's a pool, a fitness center, and even a Starbucks right on site, which is super convenient. So far, so good, right? But this is where things start to get really uncomfortable. Let's talk about the bad. The infamous high-pressure timeshare sales pitch that we saw dozens of reviews warning about. This quote from Anthony really paints a picture. He says, "The new WorldMark wants to hold your parking pass hostage until you agree to go to a presentation." Wow, so this isn't some friendly invitation. Guests report feeling totally cornered and pressured the second they try to check in. And it can get weirdly personal and super uncomfortable. James H. describes it like this. "Mona Lisa constantly interrupted me and even attempted to portray my wife as someone who has to put up with me. I mean, come on, that goes way beyond a sales pitch. That's an aggressive tactic that has ruined the start of a lot of vacations here." Okay, a bad sales pitch is one thing. But this next problem, this is what we have to call the ugly, because it has the power to completely blow up your entire trip. Last-minute reservation cancellations. Just imagine planning your trip for months, you're all excited, and then you get this news. This is from a guest. WorldMark Anaheim canceled a reservation I made at the last minute the day before my arrival. They were left completely scrambling to find a new hotel with less than 24 hours to go. And this is not just a one-off story. We saw this nightmare scenario pop up over and over again. And get this, in another case, a guest says, Wyndham sent an email from a do-not-reply email address confirming we had canceled our reservation. We didn't cancel, so they didn't even do it. Then they had to spend hours on hold trying to fix a huge problem they didn't create. This points to a really serious issue that could leave you high and dry. Okay, so on one hand, you've got these incredible rooms. On the other, some really serious risks. So let's break down the final verdict and figure out who should maybe consider staying here and who should probably stay far away. All right, let's make this simple. This hotel might be for you if those condo amenities are your absolute number one priority, if you're assertive and have zero problem saying no firmly, and this is a big one, if you have a rock solid backup hotel plan just in case. But you should definitely avoid this hotel if you know you can't handle high pressure sales, if your plans are totally set in stone, or if a last minute cancellation would be an absolute disaster for your family. So, if you're feeling brave and decide to take the risk, you need these survival tips. First, book way in advance, like 3 or 4 months out. Second, you got to brace for that sales pitch. Be ready to say no and then say it again. Third, confirm. Actually call the hotel directly about a week before you leave. Don't just trust the email. And finally, please have a backup plan. Know exactly where else you would stay if the worst happens. And that brings us to the final question you really have to ask yourself. The WorldMark Anaheim offers a potentially perfect room with all those comforts of home, but it comes with a very real risk of a stressful check-in and the small but catastrophic chance of having your vacation totally upended at the last second. So, is that perfect room worth the risk of a deeply imperfect vacation? Well, that's a choice only you can make. Thanks for watching.